All right, guys, how's it going? Now, if you get to see this video before 1 o'clock UK time today, you'll be able to join me on the live stream, maybe. All right, I'll be hosting a live stream at 1 for about an hour or something like that, if you want to come along for a natter. So how the devil are you? Are you all right? I hope you're okay. Yesterday, I weren't feeling too good yesterday. My eyes were really sore and that. I was knackered, so you didn't really see much of me yesterday. Trust me, you didn't miss anything. So, right, what we're talking about, Konaté. So, over the weekend, in the last few days, people have been talking about Konaté and Real Madrid. It always makes me chuckle like this, you know, when there's like a big reaction and like, oh my God, Real Madrid are interested in Konaté, when we have spoke about it on here a long time ago. So what happened was Jose Felix Diaz, who is the main man, in my opinion, for news concerning Real Madrid, considering Paul Joyce and Liverpool, do you know what I mean? It's sort of like his counterpart over there in Madrid to do with Real Madrid. And he published another article that touched on Konaté being a target of Real Madrid, if you like, on a free transfer next year. And this was within the last few days. It was when I wasn't around, right? So, kick back for the weekend, probably out having a beer or something like that. And then the shit hit the fan online. It was, oh my God, Real Madrid. But we spoke about this on here, what, a month ago, maybe more? I can't remember. And Jose Felix Diaz had mentioned it previously, but everyone just saw it for the first time the other day. Well, people that don't follow us on here, right? So, Jose Felix Diaz writes this article and says, the latest article, saying Real Madrid are looking at players that, that are available on frees. One of them is this lad as well. Do you remember this lad? I need to go to the other screen to remember how to say his name. I'm like with names if it's not Jack Daniels or John Smith. So he's the Valencia centre-back, Cristhian Mosquera. Now, back in February of this year, this is the Cop Talk VIP members website. So thanks to those of you that support me by being a VIP member. So I said on here back in February, a friend at the club informs me that we are scouting Valencia centre-back Cristhian Mosquera, 20, a right-footed centre-back who can also play as right-back. His contract runs until 2026. And while following his progress, they've also become impressed with fellow centre-back Jarek Gasiorowski, 20, a left-footed centre-back who can also play left-back. He's under contract until 2027. But the focus really was on Cristhian Mosquera. And like I say, he and Konaté are being looked at as possible solutions for Real Madrid next year. Now, during the Trent Alexander-Arnold situation, I did speak with Jose Felix Diaz, and which I think is a good thing for us here, because obviously journalists don't always publish everything they say in the papers. Now, in my opinion, for what it's worth, right, Real Madrid are absolutely 1,000,000% trying to make a deal happen for Konaté next year. And I also feel that they've got in his head and that the player is fully aware of this and that there is, commentary, communication in the background between his agent and whatnot. In fact, I remember making a video on here saying to you guys, we can't take this shit. I can't take this shit. Another season of a player possibly leaving on a free. And I think in that video, I was like, put your foot down, tell him, sort it out or fuck off, basically, right? Initially, with Konaté, I did have the opinion and I had no information to back this up, but I just felt that FSG were lowballing. Just from his body language, the comments that were being said, things that were said by agents, made it sound like Konaté was being undervalued, right? Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But I've gone full thing now. I've gone from like defending him a bit to like just give, sort him out sort of thing, to like, no, I can't, guys, I can't go into another season of like talking about a potential play. We need stability at the club, right? So the latest that I have heard from Madrid is that Liverpool have said to Konaté's agent, you've got till August, right? Now, when in August that is, you've got till August, or we're going to sell you, kind of thing. And, you've got to think about when the window closes, what do you do with you can't force a player to be sold. But you can make things difficult for them. You can make things difficult for them. And, you know, and if you're not figuring ahead of major tournaments and things like that, you might be forced into doing something. So the reason that I'm making this video, well, there's a couple of reasons for it, really. One is just to chime in on it, because some people keep coming on my live stream saying, Dunk, have you heard about Konaté and Madrid? And I'm like, where the fuck have you been? Like, do you not watch my videos? Do you know what I'm saying, guys? So frustrating when they come and ask me. So we know that, don't we? You know, we know the situation there. Jose Felix Diaz has mentioned Konaté 3 or 4 times now in the last, I would say, 4 to 6 weeks, right? The media marker that he writes for have said that Konaté is a target. Jose Felix Diaz saying that for me is enough. And I think the player, and I'm sure I said this a few weeks back, is now thinking I've got a chance to go there. Stalling is what I'm trying to say. So Liverpool now they need to do something. Do you not agree? I mean, I like Konaté. I don't know what you think. I don't know where you are with it. But basically, the reason for the video is I'm reiterating what I said a few weeks ago. We know about the interest. If Jose Felix Diaz is saying it, trust me, it's going to be true, right? And I just really hope that Liverpool sort this delay out soon. One of the other things that people keep asking me on my live streams is, not that I've got the answers to everything, but what I mean is just like conversation, right? You know, and this is what I do. I study everything for you guys, right? Is, you know, who are Liverpool looking at in terms of centre-backs? Well, we know they've looked at him, and we know they've looked at Loic Bardet at Sevilla. Both of those centre-backs are available right now, I think, for 20-25 million or something like that. I think this lad would be a good signing, personally. But the thing is, some of these players were linked with us, these centre-backs were linked with us during the contract standoff with Virgil van Dijk. So you have to then think, like, how much of the stuff out there was propaganda to make sure it was filtering back to Virgil van Dijk. Now, what happened, guys? Let's go with this 1 minute. Oh, that's right. Do you remember the minute the contract shit was sorted out with like Salah and Virgil and things like that? From my memory, you know my memory's shite, but from my memory, the very next day the emphasis was on Konaté, and it was Liverpool in for Dean Huijsen and all that. And I remember saying to you guys, saying, I don't think we're in for Dean Huijsen at all. I think that is part of the pressure, you know, to put pressure on Konaté into doing something, you know. So once the Florian, right, we know Florian Wirtz is in the bag. We know Milos Kerkez is in the bag. I keep seeing exclusives being published every day that we're going to sign Milos Kerkez. We've known this for months, haven't we? I thought he'd be the first player through the door. There was never any doubt with that. But once Kerkez and Wirtz are, you know, done to me is irreversible done, signed, sealed, delivered, legally binding. Once they're done and it's all out, right, and everyone's knocked one out over signing Florian Wirtz or whatever, then I think we're going to see a change in the reporting in the media. I do. And then we're probably going to start seeing maybe a bit of chatter about a striker, but I'm not so sure about that. Going into the end of the season, I was like really confident that we'd get like a shit-hot striker this summer. But with us signing Florian Wirtz, it's made me wonder if that might change a little bit. And some of the strikers being mentioned with us are exceptionally overpriced, in my opinion. But I think what we're going to see is we're going to get these 2 players done, right? The emphasis is then on selling Diaz, Núñez, which is happening now, in my opinion, because those 2 deals are sorted. So now they're trying to get rid of Núñez. Get rid of sounds terrible, but it's business, right? But then we're going to see the centre-backs. I think we're going to see something on the centre-backs. But you're going to have to be careful, because there might be a bit of propaganda in there in terms of putting pressure on Buggerlugs to sign a new deal. So, reason for the video was just to say, you know, this kid was mentioned with us. Real Madrid like him because he's free next year, right? Valencia trying to sell him now, but then there was an article a couple of weeks ago saying they would be willing to offer him a new deal. So you're going to maybe hear about this lad in Liverpool. Maybe. I'm not sure, but we've heard about him before. Like I say, it was back in February. But Loic Bardet, there were suggestions that Richard Hughes had gone out to Seville like September last year after the window closed. What was that all about? Or was that part of the propaganda, for Virgil van Dijk's ears and his agent's ears? So, and there is centre-backs being mentioned with us, but those two are available for reasonable prices. So, should you be worried about Konaté in Real Madrid? Do you know what I think? No, fuck him, right? If you don't want to play for Liverpool, listen, fuck off. These players, they get plenty of coin, right? So, if you're holding out, you're messing us around and stuff like that, no, we're not doing that. No, we're a serious fucking club again, right? Liverpool fucked up, right, with all them contract situations before. The Trent one, there's nothing they could have done. You cannot criticise the owners for that. Trent, he wanted to go, right? So we knew that. The others, mismanagement. FSG did take their eyes off things, because at the time they were looking at maybe selling the club, getting investors and things like that. Internally, they've accepted that. But that's all been resolved now. And we're now signing these caliber, fucking top players, like Wirtz, not just big money guys, but German boy turning down, fucking, not pushing for Bayern Munich or holding out for Real Madrid. He wants to come to Liverpool. Now, we're up here now, guys. Look, Konaté, we love you. We love you, right? But we're not going through a fucking season of you telling us what's happening. So let's hope they get a deal sorted, right? And then we can focus on the fucking league. The fixtures that just come out, like, let's smash everyone along the way. In the league, I mean, I don't mean outside football stadiums, out like that, because I'm passive, me. Make love, not war, you know what I'm saying? Which reminds me, I must get some more aspirin. There's a dog barking. Right. Listen, Real Madrid's interest is genuine. I don't know why people are asking about me. You obviously don't watch the videos or follow Cop Talk, because we confirmed this some time ago. I'll leave it with you, all right? What do you think? There's a few things there. Konaté, Real Madrid. What do you reckon? Do you believe it? Yeah, you fucking better believe it, because it's true. All right? They want him, all right? It don't mean they'll go for him, but they've definitely put a little tick next to his name. We'll have that fucker if we can get him for fuck all, right? Konaté's aware of it. I know people are going on about PSG. I've not mentioned PSG, right? A player becomes available for free like that, his nationality, then of course PSG are going to be interested. The possibility. But I think he is like in the wavelength of, I might be on my way to Real Madrid next year. Will no. Liverpool need to sort it out. Not him, ignore him. Right, Liverpool need to sort it out. I'm not going through another season of like, what's going to happen with Konaté? Nah, fuck that. Sign the fucking deal or fuck off. That's what I feel right now. Don't care how nice you are. And what do you think about the centre-back situation? Got any opinions? Do you know much about this lad? I have some Real Madrid fans that join my live streams, actually. One of them, True. He's called True. True Fush, I don't know what he's called. And I think he said he'd like to see him at Real Madrid. So, anyway, not sure the video really helps you. It should do. Yeah, it will do. Right. I'll leave it with you. At the end of all my videos, I think, did I explain what I wanted to explain? I hope I did it all right. That's what she said. Right, if you did find the video remotely interesting, please thumbs up the video. Please drop me a comment. If you want to buy me a beer or a coffee, there's a love out under the video. You always get a shout out the next day in my morning briefing. And yeah, shout out to my channel members that make it all possible as well. They're the lovely people in the comments with the football next to their name. All right, guys, 1 o'clock this afternoon. We'll be live for around an hour. Okie dokie, speak to you in a bit. All right.